Thanks for the support as a channel member, Freddie Finlow. Well, after a truly epic transfer special over the weekend, we now go in to the new season with the best squad we've ever had by a million miles. The question is, are they going to be able to play together straight away? Hello and welcome to part 78 of Bourne in the USA. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have our first two games of the new season for you. We're away against Tacoma Stars and at home against the Inter Miami Academy. If we just have a look at where both of those two teams are in the preseason predictions, Tacoma 17th, Inter Miami Academy 4th. We're predicted 7th at the moment. So the second of these two games is probably going to be quite a tricky one. If you didn't catch the transfer special over the weekend, it's worth going back and checking out. As you can see, we were busy and we also let Jorge Hernandez leave after 7 incredible years. He'll go down in history as our greatest ever player. I'm sure he's the other club legend. There's me and there's him. We're the club legends around these parts. And I imagine if we ever do get another new stadium or a new stadium, there's a very good chance it's going to become Jorge Alberto Hernandez Park or something along those lines, which I guess we'll have to stick with that name as and when it happens. But he's gone now. The Hernandez era is over. It's all about the era of Shota Takada, who was here on loan last year. He's now in permanently, and we need goals from him and a lot of our other new signings who you can see are filling through the team today. There's 9 debuts for this first day of the new season. And there's a few players who are not really fit enough to be involved either. Lewis Morgan, new club captain, is suspended, which means we go with Wakasa and Martin as our centre-backs at the back. But I think it's a strong side. It's just whether they'll play together. We shall see. So, our 11, we've got new boy Roberts in goal, a back four, all debuts. This isn't going to end badly. Campos at left back, Wakasa and Martin together in the middle, and Martinez at right back. Central midfield, also both debuts, Henao and Padilla in there. And then one of the boys from last year, one of the Johnsons, the other Johnson's injured for now, but Chris Johnson plays on the left. New boy and probably new best player, Garcia, is on the right. And then Takada, now a permanent Bourne fixture alongside new boy Almoral up front. Let's just go and win 10-0 and calm me down a little bit. 11 changes from our last match. That says it all about how I felt about how last season ended. I don't know that I've ever done 11 changes from the last match for a league game before. But I haven't set my set piece takers. Martin is a centre-back taking the corners. This seems like a really bad idea, although it has led to a penalty. Almiral's brought down in the area, and Martinez is going to step up to hopefully be the first goal scorer of the new era. I've also not set my penalty takers, which is why we've got a right back doing it. These are all things I should probably get on with between these two matches today. But if we're 1-0 up after 3 minutes, we don't need to worry too much about that kind of nonsense today. We're going to win despite me and not setting up the set pieces today, which will make it all the more impressive when it happens. If we're drawing on 70 minutes, I might go in and have a little fiddle. Takada plays it to Johnson. At least there's a partnership from last season still going there on that left-hand side. Campos now has pushed forward on the left, playing the ball over the top, looking for Takada, who plays it back to Johnson. The keeper had committed himself. So, Garcia had an open goal there. I've spoken very highly of him as a potential new star man for us. But I tell you something, boys and girls, Huyan scores there. And I'm going to chalk that up to debut nerves for Garcia. But I don't think in the 7 or 8 years he's been at the club, I've ever seen Huyan miss an open goal. Almoral is in. He's been lively so far, shoots from range. That has stung the goalkeeper's fingers like nobody's business. We've got a corner on this side now. Once again, it's Martin, the centre-back, to take it. Floats it over, looking for that near post where Wakasa is. I think the header is going wide, but their goalkeeper didn't get the memo. Pushes it wide for another corner, and we now look for the in-swinger from this side. Martin swings it in again, and this time we commit the foul in the penalty area, give away the free kick, and the highlight ends. We've started very brightly. Look at those match stats. they are the kind of match stats you want on the first day of a new season when you've got 9 debuts. What we really need now is another goal or two just to make sure that we don't have one of those horrible experiences where we play like this and then somehow don't come out of it with a victory after all of this. So we do need to capitalise. It's Martin with the corner again, looking for Wakasa again, and it's headed clear. I'm trying not to be too alarmed so far that we're not creating a lot from open play. Everything is coming from set pieces. I guess they're not going to create as much from open play until they get used to playing with each other. So I'm gonna chalk it up as that so far, but I do feel like we should be more than 1 goal ahead at the moment. Padilla now looking to get a counter-attack from the attacking set piece for Tacoma. Plays it into Almiral. He's got Takada ahead of him. Plays it back to Padilla again. There's Takada. Almiral is in. He has looked dangerous. I just need him to apply a finish. We've just had the message at the bottom. It looked easier to score than miss. We've had that twice now, because that's also true of the Garcia open goal miss in the first half. Our XG is going to be through the roof, but we are still only 1-0 up, and Tacoma are on the break here, but Henao is in there to make the crunching tackle, make the save. But our XG is up to 2.53 now, 18 shots. We should be well ahead in this game. The game should be done and dusted. There shouldn't be any question at this point about who's getting the 3 points. But unfortunately there is. And that's the first test our new 17-year-old goalkeeper has had. And he passes it. Almiral getting into a decent position again. But rather than turning and running, he's flicked it on to absolutely nobody. We've changed the way our strikers are instructed this season to try and suit the 2 men who are up there now. It's the first time in probably the save we've played without a poacher. And that's what we feared was going to happen. Big lump forward. There's your equaliser. We didn't capitalise when we were ahead, and it's now cost us. It's straight from the goalkeeper. Flick on, flick back, bang. 3 touches after the goalkeeper between 2 players. And all of a sudden, all that good work we've done doesn't really count for very much because it's down to 1-1. And Tacoma are on the attack again. We can't have a first half like the one we've just had and then lose the match. But that's exactly what's going to happen. We've given away a penalty now. Roberts, make yourself a hero on your debut. I am feeling a little shell-shocked at what I'm witnessing here. It's Tacoma 2, Bourne 1, even though we've been the better team by a gazillion miles. It's not even been close. Johnson is going to come off because he's tired. We're going to just bring on the other Johnson for him. Johnson for Johnson. Doesn't really play. He's injured and can't really play on the wing. So that's a game-winning substitute. He is called Johnson, though. So on that basis, he should be able to do the role. What foot does he use? He's right-footed. So let's make him an inside forward over there. It'll all be fine. It'll work out okay. Gustavo Gomez, come on and crunch the midfield up, please. Because it's disastrous what's happening in there so far. Likewise, let's get Vinicius on. Let's go back to 3 players who were here last year who might care a little bit more than the newbies who are struggling to play together. There's now 5 players from last year's team on the pitch at the same time. No, 4 because Johnson went off. 4 players from last year's team. You'd like to think between the 4 of them, they can remember how to play together to go and grab us an equaliser at the very least. Takada now's come very deep, plays it forward to Almiral. Almiral back to Garcia. I want to see something from him to justify Huyan not being in the team. It's a good cross, and Takada with the header that goes over. We're now up to basically 3 on our XG. Tacoma aren't even on 1, yet they're winning. Takada has just hit the post, the crossbar. I don't even know what. We are having no luck at all today. People talk about being FM'd. I'm being FM'd on the very first day of the season. And I think it is just the game handicapping me for so many signings because we've played so well we should be winning. The fact that we're not, I think, is the game balancing it out. Yes, Kev, you've got by far the better team, the better players, but they don't know how to play together. So we're going to be annoying. Almiral finally grabs his debut goal, our new number 9. 15 minutes left. Tacoma 2, Bourne 2. If there's any justice in the world, we go on and grab our win now because we've been so much better than them. But I do wonder if the game wants to continue to remind me I shouldn't sign 20 players in one summer. I don't think it was quite 20, but it probably wasn't that far away. We're going to do some encouragement for the final 10 minutes. In the circumstances, I guess I reluctantly accept a draw, but look at those match stats. We shouldn't be. If we're serious about winning the league, we should be winning this match. Almiral's in. Oh, it's disallowed. Oh, that would have been nice. I would have enjoyed that, I think. We're going to have to watch the replay. Was he offside? Barely. Signs of life between Garcia and Almiral, though. They've both played well. If they'd have taken all their chances, we win the match. We've got to do better against Inter Miami because you know what academy teams are like. Right, we're getting a few familiar faces back in at the back. Morgan, Vinicius and Parmenta all coming back into the back four just to try and settle things down a little bit back there. No reason to change anything further forward. We looked pretty good going forward. We just need to apply the finishes a little bit more, and I'm sure these boys will come good. I hope these boys will come good. We have brought in another player. Anthony Quinn is on loan for the rest of the season. He's a 22-year-old Irish former under-19 international, can play central midfield or centre forward. My scouts said he was a 4.5-star current ability player, so I just put an offer in without re-scouting him. Luckily, we're not paying any money towards him because he's not that good, but you never know. He might be useful as the season goes on. But for now, let's hope that we get a little bit more out of the front four today. Johnson starts the game fully fit, which he didn't in the previous match. Takada hopefully gets over his re-debuting nerves. Almiral obviously scored and looked dangerous, but Garcia, I want to start seeing more of Garcia because Huyan, the game suggested I make Huyan club captain in the summer. I didn't because I wasn't expecting to start him very often. So I gave the captaincy to Morgan. Garcia has got 6 games, 5 now, to show me that he's going to do a better job than Huyan will on that right-hand side, or Huyan is back in. I have also sorted out my set-piece takers and set-piece instructions and all that kind of stuff, so that should start to make a little bit more sense in this game as well. Cross comes in, Almiral is there again, and we might have our new goal scorer, our new number 9. Almiral's got 2 from 2. And Inter Miami are a team who are one of the favourites to go up this season. So to take an early lead against them is lovely. But as we showed in the last game, just being in the lead doesn't necessarily get you anywhere. We've got to push on from being 1-0 up. We haven't dominated the first 10 minutes the way we dominated the first hour against Tacoma. But still, let's grab a couple more goals while the going's good so that we don't have a repeat of what happened in that last match. Garcia now on the right-hand side. What can he conjure up for us? A cross for Takada, who he's fluffed his lines again. Takada needs to keep his headers down. He was such a dangerous player in the second half of last season, but we've seen him miss a couple of chances now, and he's got a penalty, and hopefully he'll score this, and it will start to settle him down a little bit. Takada from the spot. Come on, just do a football. There's his first goal as an actually contracted Bourne footballer. 2-0 to Bourne, 17 minutes in. This is a bit more like it, boys and girls. This is what we were looking for from this season. It's an unbeaten start still at the moment. Maybe Tacoma are much better than we're counting on them being. Maybe, no, we saw how the game worked. Regardless of what the media think of either of us, we should have beaten Tacoma. We know we should have beaten Tacoma. If we miss out on promotion by 2 points, we can trace it all the way back to there. That's lovely football from Garcia, just taking it around 2 men at once. But then Almiral does all his good work by playing it back to Parmenta. Cross comes in looking for Takada, who scored again. He just needed one. He just needed the penalty to remind him he's a hero around these parts. And he's got his second and our third. And we're starting to look pretty good. This is what we were looking for this season. Lovely, lovely stuff. Lovely cross from Parmenta as well, who we gave a 3-year contract to in the summer, which might be insane, but it's what he wanted. And he's got 5-star potential. So he got a 3-year contract. And then I dropped him for the first game of the season. So he's probably enjoying being back in. Garcia running with a lot of freedom again. And there's Takada looking for his hat-trick, but couldn't keep it down. Almiral had left it for him. And he just needed to get his head over the ball there. And there's been a couple of times where he's just hitting stuff over. A couple of headers, that shot. Are we playing with slightly smaller goals this year? What is it that's making him keep shooting over all the time? I don't remember that being a particular thing about Takada last year. This year, it's always over the bar. Oh, good. Garcia's injured. I was hoping he wouldn't be around for very long. I guess Gomez has to come on. He's not really the man we want to be playing flying down that right wing. I think I'm probably going to go to a 4-3-3 here. Not that we've ever used one before. But Johnson can play up front. We stick Almiral in the middle. Johnson can go there as... just do him as a pressing forward as well. Pressing forward either side. Then stick Gomez in between these two as a ball winner. He can then go a bit further forward maybe. It's quite a negative midfield. But we're 3-0 up. We'll do that. I realise we've still got wing play on as our instructions. We might need to tweak the instructions at half-time. But I'd like to think we should be able to hold on to a 3-0 lead, even with the tweaked system. So let's just adjust. Why do we only overlap on one side? I think that's because we had Hu Yan on the right-hand side, so we didn't want overlaps past Hu Yan. That does make a lot of sense. Now we do want the overlap, though. But we want to focus the play through the middle. The rest of that is probably fine. We'll leave it as that. And keep doing what you're doing, boys and girls. But just boys, probably. I mean, it might not be. Who knows? I don't check. We've got another penalty. Takada is on. Takada is on for his hat-trick here, boys and girls. From the penalty spot, this time it is saved. At least he didn't hit it over. That's a bonus, I guess. And the ball is cleared. Only as far as Pimenta. And the highlight just peters out. Takada not appreciating playing as part of a front three, clearly. He's decided to start missing penalties now. Right, headed clearance. It's gone straight back to an Inter player. And we need crunching midfield tackles here. I was expecting that from Gomez. In fact, it's Henai. I don't know how to say his name. How have I been saying it? Henoa? Henoa? The hen? Could be that. Might be the hen. We've just conceded a goal. 35 minutes to go. Oh, please don't throw it away from me. I don't want to see the replay. What do I want to do? There used to be one to tell him to concentrate. Where's that gone? Focus. Let's tell him to focus. I don't know if that's going to ruin morale or what. Right. We're going to push Vinicius up into midfield because Padilla needs to come off. So we're going to bring on the guy whose name I can't say. He's going to play centre back. Vinicius is going to go up there. We'll swap those two around like that. And he can play on that side. I think we should probably get Kevin Johnson on. Johnson for Johnson. Complete forward. No, he can't be a complete forward. That's just a glitch. I think that does glitch like that sometimes. Right, we're going to change how the front three is looking. We're going to get him into his best role, which is supposedly as a pressing forward on defend. And then push these two forward either side of him. So Takada's going to basically play as an attacking midfielder and get back in there and help the midfield. And Vinicius we're basically in a diamond, but it's not quite a diamond, but it is. With the player instructions, it's basically going to look like a diamond on the pitch. That's the thinking. That should be enough to see out the game. It looks like we're doing all right. I'll drop a little bit of praise because I told them to focus. They're focused. Let's praise them for being focused. It's probably not how the instructions work, but I really want to get promoted this year. Can you tell? Oh, my word. That's some terrible defending. Oh, there's a minute and a half left. That's really poor defending. And the keeper doesn't inspire me. I mean, he's 17. I'm not inspired by this goalkeeping. Oh, we probably shouldn't still be on an attacking instruction. We'll drop to positive. That's my one concession. There you go. We've won 3-2. We've made much harder work of it than it needed to be. But at least we have picked up the victory. 100%, it's not 100%, an unbeaten start to the new season. Takada's in the goals, which is nice. Fingers crossed. We carry on unbeaten for a big chunk of time now. We'll play 6 or 7 games before we come back for the next episode, probably somewhere in here. Ocean City's probably going to be interesting because they were title rivals last year. So we'll come back for Ocean City and see where we are from there. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.